In this video, we're going to talk about the Akimbo Magnums and whether or not you should actually unlock them. This video is going to break down the stats for the Akimbo Magnums and let you know if they're actually any good. Over on Twitter, we've seen a lot of people talk about these guns and saying that they're going to take over from the Snakeshot pistols back in like Season 2 and Season 3. If you enjoy weapon comparisons, weapon breakdowns, and overall tips and tricks for Warzone, make sure you subscribe to the channel as we're trying to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. And also click the link in the description and follow us over on Twitch. We want to reach 100 followers over there as well. So first things first, what actually sparked me wanting to actually take a look into these guns in the first place? And that's because over on Twitter, a lot of people have been using these weapons due to Exclusive Ace making his video about this barrel right here, actually increasing the damage on the weapon. And we've seen a similar thing with the Groza as well, actually, but we're going to cover that in a later video today. And a lot of these barrels do actually increase damage, and I feel like this is a weird addition to Warzone because none of the Modern Warfare weapons actually have this. So increasing the damage on a gun is kind of like a weird concept at the moment. But like I said, we're going to take a look into this attachment right here, which is the tight snub barrel. This increases your damage and your vehicle damage, so which is kind of weird. But then it gives you a con to effective damage range and horizontal recoil control. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you the class setup that we used to get all of this information and all the stats. So for the muzzle, you want to use the agency suppressor. For the laser, you could use the SOF target designator because it extends out your damage range as well. Or you could even use the Ember sighting point, but this hurts your sprint to fire time, and you definitely don't want to do that with this gun, and I'll explain later why. But personally, I use the 5mm laser to do all the testing in this video. Then for the ammunition, you just want the largest possible mags and the fastest reloading mags, and there's literally no con because you're going to run these in Akimbo. So you want to use the Standag 12 round fast mags. And then lastly, you use the dual wheel attachment, and that is the exact class that we tested for the rest of this video. So let's take a look into some of the kind of overall handling stats for this Akimbo Magnums. And the rate of fire for the Akimbo Magnums is 300 rounds per minute, and that is 150 rounds per minute times by 2 because you have two weapons in your hand, and if you fire them in between the shots of each other, then you're going to get a rate of fire of 300 rounds per minute. You need to fire one, then fire the other, and then fire the next one, and kind of fire it in that pattern. Then the magazine size, you get 24 rounds, and that is 12 rounds times by 2 once again. So you get 24 rounds in total to play with. Then the reload time overall is 1.8 seconds. The reload time on this is super quick, by the way. You pretty much take the guns off screen, and then they come back on screen fully reloaded. So then we also wanted to test movement speed as well. So we tested what your speed would be if you're tactical sprinting with these pistols. So if you used tac sprint and you had these pistols in your hand, you're going to move at 7 meters per second, which is extremely quick. And it allows you to get from point A to point B super quick because obviously these are sidearm pistols. So overall, handling stats seem pretty good. The rate of fire is not great. The magazine size is definitely good considering this is a high damage weapon. And the reload times as well as the tactical sprint times are super quick. Now, another thing we had to take a look into, of course, at this point was then the time to kill as well as damage stats. Now looking at the damage stats themselves, what you can see on screen just now is that the headshot damage is 149, which is insane, especially for a sidearm pistol. And if you land 2 headshots, you're going to get an instant kill. Upper body shot damage is 101, so if you land 3 upper body shots, you're going to get a 3-shot kill. Then if you mix in a headshot with a body shot, you're going to still get a 2-shot kill, and that is where the best time to kill potential comes from. But if you look at the time to kill values now, what we did is we took the max fire rate of 300 rounds per minute, and we calculate the time to kill if you landed only body shots, so that's going to be a 3-shot kill, and that works out to be 400 milliseconds. And then we also worked out if you landed 1 headshot with the rest being body shots, and this also goes for 2 headshots, you're going to get a time to kill of 200 milliseconds, which is super quick, but you're not very likely to get this kind of time to kill unless you land 1 headshot and 1 body shot, because landing 2 headshots with Akimbo pistols that can only hip fire is going to be extremely difficult. But even that time to kill value with 400 milliseconds is really good. So as you can see, you do deal a ton of damage with this tight snub pistol. Your time to kill potential is also really good as well. But as you heard me say, it's time to kill potential. If you actually look at the hipfire chart now on screen, what you will see is me hip firing into a wall to give you a rough idea of what your accuracy would be like. And as you can see, the accuracy is pretty good as well. This is at a 4-meter distance, and this is where I would recommend you use these pistols, is at about a 4-meter distance away from your enemy, or about that range anyway, 4 to 5 meters. So as you can see, the hip fire on the Akimbo Magnums is pretty good. But like I said, you're only firing one shot at each pistol at a time, and we'll get onto that in just a moment. But one thing I did want to show you as well is actually the time to kill comparison between the Akimbo Magnums, the FFAR1, the Gallo Shotgun, the Modern Warfare MP5, and the MAC-10. These are all extremely viable and probably the most prominent close range weapons inside Warzone at the moment. As you can see on screen just now, the Akimbo Magnums has a time to kill of 400 milliseconds, and that's if you're landing only body shots. Then if you've got the FFAR1 and you're landing only body shots, you get a time to kill of 467 milliseconds. Again, if you have the Gallo Shotgun and you're landing only body shots, you're going to get a 385 millisecond time to kill. Then if you have the Modern Warfare MP5, you get time to kill of 526 milliseconds. And then you can see the MAC-10 at the very bottom there as well at 538 milliseconds. So even if we could just compare the top 3 weapons here, so the Akimbo Magnums, the FFAR, and the Gallo kills the quickest. So if you're looking for the best close range weapon, the Gallo is going to kill the fastest. But on top of that, the Gallo is way more forgiving, and that is what I want to talk about for the rest of this video. So even though the Akimbo Magnums have really good stats and it looks so intriguing because it has such a low time to kill, you could run it with Ghost, all that good stuff. In practice, when I was actually trying to get gameplay for this video, it's so hard to actually use these Akimbo pistols. I don't think that they're going to be viable at all. They're actually really difficult to use in my opinion. I couldn't even get a decent gameplay with them for this video, so I don't think they're going to be viable at all, and I would not recommend you waste your time to actually unlock these, because like I said, the main thing that the other weapons have that this does not is the forgiveness aspect. So if you're using a Gallo Shotgun, the spread on the Gallo Shotgun is really wide, so even if you don't hit the enemy directly, you're still going to get that kind of slightly larger spread. The FFAR1 has a super fast fire rate, so even if you don't land your first shot, you're going to land every other shot after that. And the same goes for the MAC-10 and the MP5, and even the Snakeshot pistols when they were originally in the game. They had so much of that element of forgiveness, whereas if you miss a single shot with this pistol, because it takes so long to fire the next shot, it's going to be pretty much game over for you. You're going to lose that gunfight. But if you enjoy this video and you learn something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. And we'll also probably make that FFAR versus Groza video later on today as well. And also, don't forget to follow us over on Twitch as we want to achieve our goal of 100 followers over there too. And thank you very much for watching.